York. Ebro in the morning on Hot 97.
Ebro in the morning, Lord Styles, Rosenberg, and Remy and Papa here. Yeah. Another season is getting ready to go. Loving hip hop, Remy and Pap. Yo, we've said it 100 times. We love y'all relationship.
Thank you.
We love how it started. We love where it's at. We love listening to y'all argue. The current conversation right now is sides of the bed.
Right.
Yes.
Pap says, whatever side you're on is the side you're on, whether you're at the hotel,
Right.
staying at family house, wherever it's, everybody's always in their same
That's
side.
your side. She jumps in the bed and she just go anywhere. I'm like, yo, go to your side.
But who's assigned sides? At home, it's a little bit different because, all his stuff is on the table that's on that side. If we're in a hotel, I'm going to pick the side that I want to go. First of all, most likely it's going to be the side that has the phone because he doesn't order anything. He tells me to order. So when the phone is on his side, it's annoying.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Or
Yes.
based on the television
got you.
and just certain
Let me tell you
things.
something.
She got
Or
you.
Let me
if
tell you
it's one of
something
those
about-
hotels where I don't feel too safe, I don't feel like I should be close to the door. Things like that.
Let me tell you something. She knows my side of the bed. I'm going to tell you how.
First. Give me a
If some
chance.
kind of way I'm out late or something and I come home, she props a pillow up to place it so it imitates my body and puts it next to her. You know what I'm saying?
Because she misses you.
She missed me. So she knows her side and my side. Because she places something to replace me when I'm not there. She placed the pillow. I think she kind of learned that in
Like,
prison.
she blushing
I think
right
in prison
now.
she was doing that. You know what I mean? I tease her about that.
The real reason that I do it is because that side be mad empty. We have a California king bed, so it's
mad wide.
It's cold over
Nah,
there.
you gotta see
so
how
I have
she
to
do it,
put
though.
something. It's like a barrier to make sure that I don't accidentally put my foot on the
Nah.
cold side of the bed.
It
when
be
he's not
glued
there.
to her.
Pap, I got a question
I
for
be
you.
like jealous of the shit. Like, move this shit.
Pap, I got a
Real
question
bad.
for you. I just noticed something. You said something very sweet. You pointed out something very sweet with Remy. Like, this is something that she does that's very sweet. Instead of her being like, "Oh, you noticed that? Yeah, I do be missing you." She went the other way. Is that something she always does? Does she have a problem kind of embracing the love that you try to give?
Let me tell you something, man. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to, not to say to love her. Like, she fights the love sometimes a lot. It's interesting that you said that.
Yeah.
How does she do? How does she do with?
I want to stop for a second, Rosenberg.
She fights it,
How
man.
much do I have to pay you? Because obviously he paid Ebro before we got here.
Oh,
Can I get one of y'all on my side? Because I don't know what's happening.
Ebro
here.
is
picking
doing it
sides.
to troll
Like,
you.
what is
100%.
going on? For
She said
no
to troll
reason.
you.
Like, what is happening here?
Just to troll
Y'all-
you.
They like any other time. They're like at
Ram,
odds. They're like
Ram.
Team Pap today. What's
Yo, the
going
man.
on?
No, we be
Yeah,
at
I
odds
can't
over
win.
rap. Everything else, we in line. When it comes to your career,
Okay.
we're in line. When
I'm
it
not-
comes to
I'm
the
not
single,
telling you.
we're in line.
Right,
When it
same
comes
page.
to rap, who's dope, we be in different spaces. Everything else, we
There's
been
nothing
good.
wrong with that.
I'm gonna tell you what it is with my husband. He comes in here and he says, yeah, she puts the pillow there, and I think it's because she misses me. When he comes in 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, wherever he comes from, and he sees that pillow there, he acts like the pillow is another man. Like he grabs the pillow, launches it across the room,
it's just annoying,
it's
bro.
serious. He's like,
It's
but-
annoying
I
sometimes.
think that's a beautiful quality, Pap. The fact that you're emotional, anything taking your space
Oh,
from
yeah,
you,
it gotta go.
you gotta go.
I have
see
two
that.
relationship questions for you.
Okay.
Number one, Pap, how does she do with receiving compliments? I find my wife to be very annoying and dismissive of my thoughtful compliments. I'll be like, "Yo, you look awesome tonight." And she's like, "Thanks." And I was like, "Yo, I was having a moment," and I don't feel like she's bored. She's bored of my 12 years of compliments. How does she do accepting? Is she better?
Honestly, I hate to say this publicly, but Remy loves compliments.
Really?
She
Unbelievable.
loves.
Are you-
I told her that before. I was like, "Yo, you love compliments." Like, she be gassed. Like, Remy be cheesing. She loves compliments. Don't let her fool you.
Now,
She
compliments
has a
from
tough-
anyone
tough-
or compliments from you?
She has a tough exterior. She just loves compliments. To be honest, you know what I mean. Honestly,
in my defense, since I see that it's Attack Remy Day, in my defense, most of my compliments come from things that I do that people don't know or don't think
Okay.
I could do. Like, for instance, one of the kids, I don't know who, we got some crazy story about it, but somehow, some way, the kids put a hole in the wall in the bathroom, like literally a hole. So they called themselves patching the hole so that we wouldn't know. It looks crazy. It looks crazy. So this guy hires some guy. Oh, I know this guy. He's gonna come fix it. It looks like the kids did it again. So, you know,
head,
I
yo.
go and I get on my, you know, Remy Martha Stewartness, and I go to,
Not true, yo.
I go,
Remy Martha Stewart.
I bring out my tool
Remy
bag,
Martha
and I go
Stewart.
in there, and when I tell you the wall looks perfect, like literally, like you cannot tell that anything was there. I had my spackle, I had my trowel, I sanded it down, I painted it over, so I'm like, babe, look at the wall. Like, look, like I was actually impressed myself. I didn't know I was going to be able to do it that well. And he goes and he comes and he looks at the wall and he goes, I mean, it looks good, but the hole should have never been there to begin with. What?
Whoa.
That's your
Okay.
answer? The hole
Let me
should have
tell y'all
never been
something.
there?
Why would you do that? Why
fucked
would
that
you
up,
take
Pat.
that away
Let me tell y'all
from her?
something. It's 3 sides to every story.
So when my
It's three
nephew
sides
comes
to
and he's
every
like,
story.
nah, when my nephew comes and he's like, yo, auntie, you killed it.
See,
like,
look,
yo,
compliment.
you-
She love that type.
Like,
you know what I mean?
nah, like
that's
it
how they
really-
win her over.
You fucked up.
See, me, I'm honest. You know, these
Well, no,
people.
but she did a good job on it.
Yeah, but these people, you know, they compliment her. That's how they win her over. Me, I'm honest. You know what I mean? Now, listen, this is
Did I
what
not
happened.
finesse the wall though?
This is what happened.
Did I not finesse the wall?
Answer the
she
question.
finessed
Okay.
the wall. Can I
Okay.
continue now? All right, this is what happened. She having a fit. These kids put these holes in the wall. These doors need to be. I'm talking about like she's fired up. So I'm like, damn, my wife is really upset about this. Let me take it as upon myself to get this fixed. So when she comes back, she can be happy. I get my guy over there. We running back and forth to Home Depot. We got the doors on top of the vehicle. He plastering things. We getting it done before she comes back from doing what she's doing. She come back and she just like, it's a shitty job. I mean,
Listen.
like, she not even excited or happy that I got it
when
done.
I get my own show on HGTV and you guys see me with my circular saw,
The
and doing
real
what I
Remy
do,
Martha Stewart.
Like, yeah, when y'all see me doing what I do, you'll understand. He didn't go. The part he's leaving out is that he didn't hire like a professional that he looked up. He
My
hired
man
out
from
like
the hood. I'm saying the hood guys do the best work.
Apparently not.
Maybe not.
But I think what Pap is saying, he wanted you to acknowledge the
That he
effort
tried.
of trying to make you happy.
but it kind of messed it up because it's still not fixed.
And
And
you
you
keep
just
saying
brought
that-
some random into the
looked
crib.
good.
You keep saying that you're honest, but maybe she's being honest with you that it wasn't the best job.
Thanks,
It was
L.
a good job. I'm
Thanks,
telling you.
L.
I'm gonna take pictures and show y'all.
Oh my God.
It was a great job.
You don't want to do this because you know it's like, you don't want to do this. Are we gonna take pictures? Let me know because I'll send them as soon as we get home. You
My
wanna
man
do
is
this?
nice. He did a good job, y'all.
He's
I promise you.
horrible. He's horrible.
great job.
I don't know what his real job is, but it has nothing to
Listen,
do with carpentry,
as upset as she
masonry,
was about those
construction, or
holes,
anything.
you would have thought she would have appreciated that.
I hear you, but I do think it sounds like there's a miscommunication there. Would you say, young guru?
Well, I would just say women aren't big on. I've learned when I try to get credit for effort, that's not how it works. The mission needs to be accomplished, or you don't get credit.
You just wasted time. Like now I have to go and
Well, you
I
know
have
what?
to repair what
So
you
wait,
messed up.
So
If something goes wrong, you get the blame. If it goes good, you don't never get the
So
credit.
wait,
I agree with that,
Do
too.
women get credit for effort?
In my house, women get credit for everything. The woman gets credit for everything, and the man takes blame for most things, and gets credit occasionally for something. That's happy wife, happy
Is that
life.
how you feel, Pat?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Stop
100% accurate.
lying. You
Thank
want to
you,
lie
Pat.
right while I'm
Smart
sitting next
man
to
for
you?
saying that.
Thank you.
Smart
I'm a
man for
guru.
saying that.
That's the thing.
Right, he doesn't even feel like that. He's just saying that in case she's listening. Like, stop.
Yep.
No,
That's the problem
he's
with
smart.
y'all. Stop doing
Yeah.
things
He's smart.
thinking that that's what we
He's
want.
smart
to do.
married man.
Time out now. Time.
You
This
married,
is something.
right?
This is he's married. 10
Oh
years.
yeah, he know what's up.
This is something. So
know what's
Remy,
up.
you just said he's saying that because she's
'Cause
listening. He don't
thinks
want
she's
no
listening.
problem.
Yes.
And that's bad.
That's bad because we know you. She's been married to you for 10 years. She knows you. So she knows when you're trying to gas it. Like she knows that you're just saying that because you don't want her to be able to say how you really feel and maybe you will get the results that you want. If you're telling me
That's bad
how you
advice.
feel based on how you want me to
terrible.
feel, I'm just saying that because, I don't want no problems from her. So I'm going to continue to behave how I behave. Now, if you want me to change, tell me how you really feel, what's really the problem, and then we can come to a solution
Look
and
at
resolve
Rosenberg.
it.
He's sitting there like,
What?
So-
I mean, she's
It
speaking
is-
facts. How can you
Laura, you
deny
gotta
it?
grab the mic.
How can you deny
listen.
it, though?
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
No, but I'm trying to say, how can you deny what she's saying is 100% true?
That's not the point. I think
I mean, it's
that
just
y'all
like-
don't get. I think we're trying to find an easier way to live. You guys want us to
Communicate.
No.
Yes.
No. 'cause
That's it.
That's not true.
It's a Rubik's Cube. You ever had a Rubik's Cube?
Yeah.
You gotta figure it out, you know?
You guys are trying
Not
to get
easy.
us to go down a path of days on end of convo and debate about.
Days. Who's talking about days?
It can be.
Right.
It can be days.
It can be days because you're dragging it, because you're lying and you're giving me false feelings. So if you come in and you really feel some way, like, babe, I feel like, I was trying to help fix the door, or I was trying to help fix the wall, and that's why I went and got somebody. And I apologize that it's not up to your standards, but I really just wanted you to be happy. As opposed to, oh, you don't like the door? Then you get somebody else to do it yourself. Like, because to me, it made me think like you thought this was the right way to do it. Like, you think that's okay? You think that it's fine now, that we good. The wall's fine. There's nothing wrong with the
Let me
wall
tell you
now.
something about my
No,
wife.
you know the wall still looks
Let me
shitty,
tell you
so
something about my
tell
wife.
me-
If she can't micromanage every move during the job, she don't like the job.
That's a lie.
Was her job better than
You
your
know?
man's?
You would, two different things.
Lies again.
Two different things.
I just told you, tell the truth.
Two different things.
I can't believe
That's
it.
crazy.
Two different things.
I
That's
can't believe it.
crazy.
Two different things.
It depends.
Now-
If you want to
Two
fix the
different
door,
things.
Now he's asking the question. Now he's
different
answering the
things.
question in case his friend is listening.
Right.
Like,
No, two different things.
right.
this is what
She's
this is what we
plastering
go
holes.
through.
This guy's replacing doors. He's removing doors.
It's not hard to
and
replace
he's
a
plastering
door.
holes.
You
So
unscrew the hinges.
very different.
You put the new one in. You put it in the same holes. It's not rocket science.
numerous doors. Reshaping the door frame because the pit bull, he chews everything. So
It's a
the man
piece
had a
of
lot of
wood.
work to do.
Listen, he can
know?
hang. He literally cannot hang a picture on the wall. Like,
Lies.
and I mean a picture that your
All
kid in
lies.
school makes you on a piece of paper with tape. Like, he
This
wouldn't
is
get it right.
retaliation because
Like,
of what I just said.
He has not.
This is the
I love him,
retaliation. because of
Ebro,
what I just said.
Rosenberg.
I'm being
I love my
retaliated
husband
again.
to death.
I'm being retaliated.
Babe, tell the truth for once in this.
Tell the
interview.
truth?
For once. In
The
this interview.
truth?
I love
The
you
whole
to death,
truth? So
but
help
you're
you God?
not handy at all.
It's a lie.
You're not handy.
It's a lie.
Tell me what.
Listen.
He doesn't have tools.
Hold on.
I have a tool
Last
bag.
time
He
we
doesn't have
moved,
tools.
the last time we moved, I literally moved the whole crib by myself. By myself. Ask my mother-in-law.
That's the
I'm glad
truth,
my
Remy?
mother-in-law's on the show now because she has a voice now in America. She's going to speak. She's
I'll
my witness.
allow
And
it.
you know what
Like, I
happened?
just turn it
You know what
off.
happened after we
Like-
moved? You didn't do anything. You didn't help us move. I literally took all that shit by myself.
I'm
on
gonna
my
tell
back.
you now. I'm gonna tell you again.
Who helped us? Nobody.
when we
no
moved-
family
Is it-
members. Hold on, let me finish. No family members. I'm not gonna say no names. None of her friends. They all were gone. Like they're always gone when the going gets
He
tough.
hates on all my friends and
Me?
everybody. All
I
my
did
favorite
everything by
family
myself.
members.
The
He
whole
doesn't
crib.
like
And what he's saying is true, Remy?
Listen,
My
when he
mother-in-law's
said
my
he
witness. I
moved
will
it.
call her right now.
No, he moved it. Yes, he did.
By myself,
But
though.
He moved it by himself. However, I made it very convenient. I literally, like, we both have a lot of shoes. All the shoes that didn't have boxes,
But
I
I'm
bought
not
boxes
handy,
for
but I
them.
moved the whole
I
crib by
lined the
myself.
boxes up in perfect stacks, saran wrapped them. So literally he could grab 20 boxes of sneakers in one thing because I wrapped them in saran wrap. The same thing with the clothes. I put all the clothes on uniform hangers. So literally all you had to do was take the whole thing, like I ran a
rod.
thing through it and you take
Yeah.
the whole rod off. He did move it by
Guess
himself.
what?
But had I not made it super easy,
Ebro,
it wouldn't have been like, so
Guess
there
what?
was a joint.
Guess
I
how-
believe both of them.
Guess how easy she
I
made
think
it.
you guys are a good team. That sounded like
Guess
a
how
good-
easy she made it. She ordered. When you go in the clothing store, you see the racks that they have, the metal ones. She ordered a truck full of them.
You're smart.
Guess who
That's
carried
smart.
them all up 3 flights of stairs by herself?
Pat.
to the closet. But
Guess who did that?
But how much now?
But
what
I'm
you
not
would have had to
handy,
do
though.
had I been a stupid retard that packed it and folded it and put it. He's like, oh, we got to go and get boxes and tape the boxes. I'm like,
That's true.
who's
That's
doing
true.
that?
That's true.
And then we got
She had a brilliant idea right
unfold
there.
it again and put no. I bought clothing racks. I wrote and then he wheeled it out the first house. But yes, the closet is 3 floors up, so he had to do that. But I made it easy. The moral of the story is this is why we have this holiday special coming. You guys get to see us.
Y'all gotta watch the show, man.
Because
December
it's
19th.
literally night and day. If somebody asks you, I don't know how it works, but people would be like, so what do you think is the best time of day, to go on a date with your husband? And I'd be like, I think, around 8 o'clock is good because, the kids are in the house, everyone's 8. Anything we have to do is handle. They be like, Pat, what do you think? He'll be like, I think we should go at 8 in the morning. And I'll be sitting there like literally any question that is asked, he's the total opposite. Like, so when we leave here, I'm going to ask him questions in the car like, but babe, why did you say that? No, that's how I feel. He waits until we're in an audience
this
and
is my
gets
shot,
questions
B.
asked and just
This is
starts
my shot.
spewing out stuff
I
that
love
I've
this. This
never
is therapy
known.
for me. Like when we do this type of stuff, I love it. You know why? Because she got to deal with me.
I want to
Wait, really quick though. What do you mean she's got to deal with you? What does that mean?
because they're stuck in this reality world together. They're a package deal here. They're a
And at
package
home,
deal.
she bullies you? Is that what you're saying?
Nah. Come on, don't do that. What it is, you know, sometimes when you have a disagreement, you know,
Oh, I'm leaving.
she 80-60, like, oh, I'm done with it. I'm away. You know what I mean? I can't
He
deal
wants
with it.
to. I'm sure you both have experienced this type of papoose before. He wants to debate into the end of the world.
Of course.
He wants to keep going. Like, once I made my points, that's it. No, but I want to say something else. But you will be talking to yourself because I'm done with this conversation.
See, but guess what? The
and I'm
interview ain't
leaving.
over yet, so you got to deal
So
with it.
we're here. When we're here, he takes full advantage of things like that. I would have.
He's so happy.
gotta
I'd
deal
have
with
been shut down this wolf fixing conversation.
Rim, but
door
you
fixing
gotta
all the
admit,
time.
watching Pat beat is happy, right? watching y'all beat is happy, but watching Pat giggle and laugh this much and have this much joy is not something that the public gets that frequently.
Nah, it's the challenge, man. I love every moment of it.
It's great, right?
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Well, I wanted to ask you guys about the relationship challenge of, you know, Pat, you're obviously a rapper first. You've been in the game for a long time. You've had incredible successes, huge advances from labels, ups, downs, the whole nine. And now you're in a role where you're still an MC, but you're also management for your wife. And I wanted to ask, like, what challenges that presents. Like, you guys work very much together in the same, and I can relate. My wife is in the same field, and I had a head start on my wife. And if my wife became the most scorching person in broadcasting, and a lot of my duties became managing her, I could see how that could present challenges. How do you guys handle that relationship?
Well, I actually, honestly, to be honest with you, I did it from the heart. You know what I'm saying? There was real life trials and tribulations that presented that situation. It was because when my wife became incarcerated, you know, everybody scattered. I'm talking about everybody. Her whole entire team, they just, when the going got tough, the tough got going. And there was still a lot there to manage. So things was just falling in my lap, and she was behind bars, and I was like, yo, I just can't let her ship go under like this. So I started maintaining, and I started learning certain things. I would call good guys in the industry that I know, friends like James Cruz, and he would give me advice on how to do certain things, and I learned how to manage because I had to manage our life and manage her career while she was away and maintain it, keep her name alive and do certain things. So when she came home, we really couldn't find the right person to do it. So I still was doing it, moving around, getting it done. And I learned a lot. And like you said, it wasn't easy, but as I went along, I learned, and I really can manage now from doing that.
How do you like managing her versus dealing with your own career?
I love it. I love it. Honestly, I loved it a lot because
Yes, Remy, you would like to participate in this
I'm just
conversation.
Oh, I
gonna raise
forgot
my
we was in,
hand
grade
because
school.
I don't want to cut him off. First of all,
Yes, Reminisce Martin, what would you like to say?
I have new management now. I just like the world to reflect that. My
Look at Roosevelt.
husband was a tyrant, and he would take. I just wanted my husband back.
Do you fire Pat?
No, I can't fight
Yeah,
him.
you clever.
I can't.
I
Like,
swear.
it's one of those things I can't. Like, I came to the conclusion that he's never, ever going to be fired. Like, he's always there, which is good because he sees things that I don't see, and he's
Okay.
always going to have my best interest at heart.
However-
but overall,
But that being said,
like, say if I disagree with something with my manager that's not my husband, I'm still the artist. So, like, you can feel whatever way you feel, but ultimately it's my decision. This guy tries to pull out the husband card on me all the time.
yeah,
like,
no.
well, as your husband,
true. Not
I'm going to do the best. And I think you did. And I'm like, whoa, all right, fine. And then I can't pull out of those arguments because we get home and the show is over. The check has been deposited. I'm in the bed. And he's like, oh, babe. And another thing about the show earlier. I'm like, nah.
Hey,
this
look,
is what we not gonna
as you
do.
guys can see, if you ever follow Love and Hip Hop, my arguments are always safety and being careful, things of that nature. You know, when she's saying I would try to override her, like, yo, I'm pulling her husband car, it'd be things like her going certain places alone without security. You know what I mean? Or without somebody to watch her back. You know, Remy is fearless. She doesn't mind. Me, I need to make sure she's okay so we never have a situation like we had before. So I always want to make sure certain things are around her to protect her, and she fights against that at times.
I'm
So
going to my mom's house.
I don't care.
What do I need security for? My mother's out there to defend me from her dog, Coco.
I don't
like,
care.
what are you talking
you gotta-
about?
What
Like,
kind of dog is that?
you got to get there.
It's mad little.
You gotta get there.
But and I get that. But strangely, when he wants to go somewhere, we don't need anybody.
Oh, no.
Like
I'm there.
I'm like, no, you're not security
You
though.
good? She's like, you're not security. I'm like, yes, I am.
No, you're really not. Because
I'm like,
if-
yes, I
no.
am.
Could somebody
She's
please
seen
don't
me
make
in
me
action,
security?
so I don't know why she's saying
Yeah, but
what
maybe
she's
she
saying.
doesn't want to see you in action.
Right,
Maybe that's
because
why you
that
have
lawsuit,
God forbid.
the lawsuit
The point
affects
is to
both
keep
of
you
us.
out of
Thank you.
action.
Right, but if I gotta protect my wife, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. You understand?
But now the thing, and I feel like that's contradictory because if the goal is to keep me safe and make sure I'm okay, if you do something to somebody, that's just like me doing it.
Oh, yeah,
it's
'cause you
the
get
same.
sued.
Like, what are you
Exactly.
talking about? So I don't think it makes sense. So when I do try to go somewhere, he's like, "Oh, you need security." I'm like, "But we just went to the movies the other day by ourselves, and we didn't need anybody." Oh, because I was.
She
with
doesn't
you.
understand
No,
that because I'm there. We good.
But it's not the same. Because
understand.
speak up. This is your chance to make me
She's
believe
right.
that he
Nah, he
didn't
said
pay
it
you.
already. He said it already.
No,
Nah, when
he
I
knows
needed
you
that.
right. He knows
he said
you
it
right.
already. I agree.
If he
but
if the point is for both of y'all to stay out of trouble so that the business can continue to
I'm
run
chilling.
and there's no
I'm
lawsuits.
actually the good one in this situation.
they
It
don't believe that.
believe it or not.
They
Never trust, never trust a woman when she
don't
says something and is going like this. With her
Facts. Super facts.
I'm the good one. I'm the sane one. I'm
So-
the one of the voice of reason.
This holiday special airs when? What's the plan?
December 18th.
Isn't it the
on
19th?
No, it's December 18th.
Oh, my
Where you
bad.
from?
9 o'clock. 9
Now,
PM.
do we have the whole family? So the kids are
Yes,
in, the whole
kids,
family.
My mom, his mom,
Yes.
brothers-in-law,
My uncle.
sisters-in-laws. Yes, everybody. The whole
Everybody's
family.
there.
Yo, first, Rem, love for being on our Hot for the Holiday show with
Thank
Kim
you.
and Cardi and just
That
all
should
the
be
ladies.
Fun. I'm
Just-
excited. We
that's
did it
gonna be
last
dope.
year. It was dope, so I'm really excited.
It's super fun time. Let's get to this hip hop thing.
Okay.
Your album, do we have a date?
We don't have a date for the album yet. This is why. I feel like sometimes artists they focus too much on the album, and that's a different way of thinking. No one really cares about the whole album. They want to hear the songs. They want to see the videos that's on there. They want to, hear the collaboration. So I definitely have mapped out every song. Like my next single, that I have with Chris Brown, we already have that. We shot the video already. My single after that with A Boogie, we have the video shoot. I think it's next week. Like I'm mapping out my videos, my songs, and everything. And then when the right time comes, we're like, all right, this is when we need to drop it. It's already ready to go. But I also want to have all of these records and all of the visuals that go with it because it just makes more sense in the era that we live in the way music is pushed out and the way it's lucrative to be successful.
To do it step by step and get
Exactly.
every bag along the way and
Exactly.
make everything.
Exactly.
The headline came out and multi-million-dollar deal Remy Ma with Sony Music, I think was the headline, which congratulations
Thank
first and
you.
foremost. When you were signed to SRC, right?
Universal.
That was under Universal.
under Universal.
Why were you completely free? Remy Ma, all your masters, all your music, you own all that old stuff. That's all you
I
now.
still do.
So that's all you, and you took that over to Sony, or just this new
I
stuff?
still do. Well, those masters, no. With Universal SLC, no, I don't own those masters. But
Right.
everything that I did after that,
Boom.
as far as like the Plato Ploma album, all the way up, Money Showers, all of that, absolutely. And in my new deal, it's the same way. Like, why would I go from being an independent artist that managed to get a gold single, double platinum single, 2 Grammy nominations, BET Female Artist of the Year, all of these different things that I was able to do independently, owning my masters, owning all my publishing. Why would I give that up? Like, I have to be getting something that, what are you bringing? And when I tell you my situation with Columbia is exactly, I get all the benefits of being on a major, and I still get, all the things that I loved about being independent. And I feel like
splits and the
I
She's
feel
a
like-
boss. She's a boss over there.
I
She's
feel
in a
like
boss situation.
everyone over there, they treat me with respect. They respect me as an artist. They respect my ear. Like when I came in, like I played my music for them. Like, and this is when I wrote it down. Okay, this is gonna be my first single. This is gonna be my second one. This is the video.
They love that probably. They love that.
It's just so hands on. Like I talk to everybody. I sit with them, and I know everyone's name. I know what they do, and I love it like that. That's what I've always wanted to do. It's just sometimes as artists we get caught up and we get wrapped up, and we want to sign to a major, and we just want to sit back and do nothing and have everybody do the work for you. Like, nah, it's not about that. I know what I want, and I know what I need, and what I have to bring to the table as well. So it's a wonderful, wonderful situation. I'm extremely happy over there.
How is an artist that, has had such a great career, like both of you guys have, right? Because Pap, as an underground artist and somebody who's been independent and signed to a major, right? You could still go out, do shows right now because you have things that are viral just with your rap skill, right?
Right.
And there's an expectation of what your brand is about. Remy, same thing, right? You as an artist, you've had hit records and different styles of records. How now as y'all go, and we'll start with you, Pap, as you go to make records, because you're still going to make some records, right? You're still out here, you're still doing that. How are you navigating what you want your sound to be like now? Because we just had a conversation the other day about really enjoying the Fab and Jadakiss album, because when you get to the album, it's not trying to just be, it's a Fab Jada album. Like, it's what you would expect from them in that project. How are y'all managing that?
I'm just being myself. I'm not one of the people who get caught up in, hey, I need to sound like this because this is what's popping. When I first started writing music, I did it from the heart. You know what I'm saying? I did it because I love to do it and I enjoy to do it. And I think artists got to stay true to that. I mean, you don't want to sound outdated, so, you got to kind of update your sound, but at the same time, be true to yourself, and that's what I do.
Right?
Well, first, I disagree with you on the Fab and Jada album. It doesn't sound like what I thought the Fab and Jada album would sound
The
like.
album is fire.
I didn't say that it wasn't fire. It's just not what I thought it was
What
going to
did
sound
you
like.
think?
Well, one, like, and we were talking about this the other day. Like, I know Fab is loopy. Fab know what's going on, what's the records, what's the wave, or whatever's going on. Jada got the classic Jada style, so you already know how he's going to come in there. So I kind of wanted them to mesh it together and bring it, still be that New York, still be Fab, Brooklyn, still be Jada that we always knew, but just have it so that it was something that people can't say. I don't want people to be able to be like, oh, that's a New York record, or it sounds like a New York album. I wanted them to just put just a little bit of spice in there so that people know, like, listen, this is what we do, but we could do everything. And I know both of them can, because I've heard both of them on all different type of records, and they get so
Well, you saying
loopy with
because
it.
Fab acknowledged to us the other day that he didn't have any quintessential Fab records on the
He
album.
went into the project trying to make Friday on Elm Street and be in that.
He didn't have his girl records. Fab always has like one or two. That was his thing for a long time. He didn't do that.
But he also has his records that just falls right in line with whatever's going on, but he does it in his way. He does it like Fab. It still sounds
What was
like
the
a
joint he
Fab.
had on the mixtape like 2 years ago? It was a super trendy word at the time. Like, it was like
the cuffing season?
it was right around cuffing season.
Yeah, I think it was cuffing season.
No, but he had a song that was like literally. I know it's exactly what you're talking about. It was a very in the moment. He does have that ability. I see what you're saying.
I mean, I think what Remy's saying is she had expectations to hear certain things from them. I
It's
just
not that. I just want people to be like,
I don't really like-
New York is doing what they supposed to be doing. Like, I
You
want
don't feel
that.
like
I don't.
we are?
Like,
I don't
I
like
feel
when
like
people
it's-
disappointed when they
Lituation.
hear somebody. You know what I mean?
Lituation.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like they were just trying to do what they do. You
I
know what mean?
I
That's
didn't
what
say
that
I was
project sound like.
disappointed. I'm not. I think it's dope. I'm fans of both of them, and both of them are like fam to me. I've known both of them for years. But what I want to see, like, I love when I leave and I'm somewhere else and I hear Cardi and I hear A Boogie, or I hear me and I hear French and I hear, like, I'm literally starting to go other places now and I hear New York artists being played and they still kind of sound like New York records. They don't sound like wherever you're at.
Right.
So I know when certain records come out, regardless of how hard they are, people are gonna try to not, play it or try to be like, oh, it sounds like a New York record. They like, I don't want people to be able to do that, and I know there's ways to do it. The same way, like when, all right, take for instance, like when me and Joe did the Plato Plomo album, like. I feel like the record was a very New York record, but there was still all the way up that sound like nothing else that was playing on the radio.
But Joe's a master at
Money
that.
showers that sound
Yo,
like
listen.
nothing
When it
else
comes
that
to
was on the
music,
radio.
me and my wife totally disagree.
Oh, we don't even talk
Always.
about
You
music.
know what I'm
And we
saying?
all-
I hear all of
We know
the
Pat.
different things she's
And
saying.
we trust
but
Remy more than you.
I like the fact that. Hey, watch it. Okay. I like the fact that. See, but he real hip hop, so he contradicting himself.
I go back and forth.
You know what I mean?
Here we
No,
go.
it
He contradicting
Here we-
himself.
I think this is what
I like the fact that those two guys did what they did.
Right.
And said, fuck trying to sound a certain way or make a record sound a certain. Let me just bring my talent to the table.
I think both
I'm not
arguments
stepping on her head.
have validity,
I
right?
agree.
And there's the reason the Plato Plomo, we can use that as kind of an album that had all the elements, is because Joe could be one of the like best hip hop A&Rs at
all
picking
time.
records
True
that we
facts.
ever had. Like his
Facts.
ability to come with hits, find hit makers.
Who's EP in my album?
And
by
they
the
don't
way?
acknowledge
Yeah.
that. They don't give Joe props.
Joe don't get
That
his props.
Joe's They don't
Yo,
give Joe
shout
props,
to that,
man.
Shout to that. But it does lyrically, and because you're Remy and he's Joe, right? So that the essence of the sounds of your textures of your voice is automatically New
Right.
York. Boom. So whatever you rhyme on, which
Right.
might be your point about Fab and Jada,
Soon
is
as you hear Fab
whatever
and
they
Jada,
get
it's gonna
on.
be Fab. It's gonna be Jada.
Jada,
Like they
right.
both have those
The
distinct.
production
like,
elements
it's-
could have been
I
different or whatever.
Just a tad, just enough so that nobody like. And I'm the one that argues all the time. I don't want to go and chill with my brothers or my cousins when I'm in North Carolina and they talking shit. I don't like it. Like it pisses me off. And they have a little bit of a point. So like I'm not like
It's
Pat.
2 points.
He'll know that somebody has a point and he'll just totally ignore that
He's
point.
from
Just
Brooklyn.
like absolutely. So like me, I'm more like, all right, you got a point, you got that one, whatever the case may be.
Well, and it also depends on what you're making records for. Right?
Right.
Because I don't think Fab and Jada got together and said, we trying to make records that are for everybody. We trying to make records that are for this particular moment in this particular album. You are making an album right now and you're making records for
Me. For me. No, I feel like my album and the music that I do, I would like to continue to advance the females in the game. When I scroll through my explore page or I'm just surfing the internet and I'm starting to see all these different women from different areas around the world, not just even this country anymore, and they're really rapping, like not playing with it, like they're taking it serious regardless of how cute they may look or how fly they outfit is. They're really trying to rap. Like I really like to. I feel like I help usher that in. I hear so many different women now. Period. It was a time where you just didn't hear that. It wasn't like that at all, period. When I came home, there was nothing. It was tumbleweeds blowing through as far as female artists and rappers concerned.
Tumbleweeds.
They were blowing, tumbleweeds was going through. The barn doors on the saloon was just flapping. Like
Wow,
it was,
all of a sudden it was the Old West.
Right.
It was insane.
It was empty, you know? So
No, I think Remy
so,
encouraged a lot of females.
I
to feel
feel
like,
like-
I can do it too.
I love that. I'm for it.
They might have been discouraged before that.
And you make songs though. That's
Yes.
the other piece. It's not just that you trying to be the rappiest of rappers, you're doing that, but you're also cognizant of like, yo, I need a producer, I need to turn this into a
absolutely.
real
Absolutely.
record.
And I think that comes from, being brought up underneath Pun and brought up underneath Joe. Like it's just something that's in me. Like, and I love when I go somewhere or when I'm out and I'm just a random place and I hear Conceited playing or I hear whatever playing or the Annie remix come on or Feel So Good with Neo come on or Lean Back comes on. Like these are records that were made over 10 years ago and you still get the same reaction. When I came out last year on the Formation tour with Beyonce and to Lean Back and the whole building went crazy. Like I would like to make records that 10 years from now all the way up comes on and we come out and say that and you get the same thing. Like, and that's my mentality. I don't care about what you're doing right now. Some people only think about the moment and that's why they have to either do so much to stay relevant or they go and you never hear about them ever
See, but
again.
that's the beauty of it. So you, with both All the Way Up and Lean Back, you guys got like iconic forever hits without trying to be in a moment. I think we would all agree, and Ebro and I experienced this a lot. Nothing worse than a veteran rapper who you love coming up to you and you're going, yo, I got a record. It sounds just like what the kids are doing now. Listen to this.
I hate that.
And you're like, man, I don't want to hear a guy who used to be saying hippity hop, hip hop, rap, to all of a sudden now trying to sound like Future. That's the shit. No one wants
what I'm
that. It's
saying.
not in a good way. That's terrible.
And there's a way to go about doing it and making your record sound big, amazing, and for everybody, and not trying to be trendy.
But I want to say something.
If it's
as
dope,
well.
it's dope.
I don't want to hear nobody trying to sound like Future. I want everybody
Future.
to be their own artist. And when I talk to people and when I do my interviews, I explain like I grew up when I was in junior high school and when I was in high school listening to music. When a Jay-Z record came on, you know it was Jay-Z. You know it was Nas. You knew it was Busta. You knew it was Jadakiss. You knew it was Fab. You knew it was Mace. You knew it was DMX. You knew who it was. A record comes on now. I really be in the car like, who is that? Whose new record is that? Because everyone is trying so hard to sound like everyone else. When we finally get back to where everyone is their own individual artist and their own individual person, I think it'll just be a better place. I don't care
That's what I was saying
wherever you come
earlier.
from. I don't want you to sound like nobody else.
That's what I was saying about the album with them guys. You know what I mean?
Fab and Jada, they
Right.
was trying to be them.
Okay.
They doing them. You know what I'm saying? It goes back to being
it's
yourself.
It's not about how you rap it. It's
Period.
also
Point
about
blank.
the
Period.
production.
You know what I mean?
I'm arguing with the PR
Sorry,
person.
guys. Sorry, guys. I don't even know how I got into this. We do not discuss music. You weaseled me into this one. You know we don't do that.
Yo,
Because-
Rem Pap, the holiday special, December 18th. What's it
December
called?
18th. It's called Remy and Papoose, a merry Mackie holiday.
I love that. I love it as a hip hop Christmas day. Y'all like fucking Charlie Brown. I love it.
Rem and Pat, yo, let's play that Kim with Remy right now. That Remy, Lil Kim, let's
I
get
see
that
you
on.
guys at half of the holidays.
Yes, thank you so much.
Oh, hold on. You got to play that my new joint too, the beginning.
I don't even know.
Okay.
I got to send it to y'all. I got to say it's new.
You ain't
It's
even
new.
gave it to us.
It's new. It's coming.
You jumping in right? You say it's coming, or I'm gonna have it right now?
No, it's coming now when we get off the air. I'm going to send it to you.
All right, damn, Pap, this guy, man.